here today. She's like chilling right in front there. I won't lift her up right now because otherwise she wants to go out. Feels stressed or something. So my cat is called Wusheli. And I'm Marcel. I'm here to give you the yoga instructions today. So happy to have you here. This is Shawn up here. Shawn is the dragon. He's here for entertainment, energy and motivation. So if you need some more energy, just look at him and he will send you some. And when you're ready, start to breathe in deeper. Find a good, comfortable sit. Anytime it feels uncomfortable, really, listen to me, just listen this. Just hear this. Anytime this sitting position starts to feel uncomfortable, change it. Make it comfortable again. And place the right hand on the belly, left hand on the chest, and start breathing in deeper into the belly, into the chest. And release. Releasing is passive. Breathing in is active. Into the belly, into the chest. And see what changes in your body as you're sitting here on the floor, maybe up on some books or up on a sitting pillow or up in a chair. See what changes when you breathe in deeply into the belly, into the chest. What changes in your mind? Does your mood change? Deeply, belly in the chest. And get longer as you breathe in. Maybe you change your position as you're sitting. Maybe you get straighter from the bottom of the spine up to the top of the head. Breathing in deeply into the belly, to the chest. And releasing. Again, in the belly, into the chest. And this day, it's Sunday, and each Sunday we're doing intention. We're working with on German it's called Absicht, so an intention for this yoga lesson. An intention that gives us strength. And so, for an intention, I'll explain it. You can, for example, for me it's like I want to give a really great yoga lesson. That's my intention for you. It might be like I want to release my neck pain a little, or I want to bring more awareness to my neck. I want to feel what's happening there. I want to bring more awareness to my shoulders. Maybe it's like this. Breathe in deeply into the belly, into the chest. So, whatever comes to mind, close your eyes and think about an intention for you, for this yoga lesson. Make it your own yoga lesson. It's your yoga lesson. Release. Breathe in deeply. What shall this yoga lesson be about? What would you like to find in your body? Where would you like to find more space? Where would you like to find more strength? Just find one thing, and if something comes to mind, know that it's the right thing for you for this very moment. Release the arms down. Probably you found something. And then raise the arms up by the sides into the air, breathing in deeply. Belly into the chest. Hands up into the sky and release down. And go again, breathing in deeply as you're raising the arms up. And as you're breathing out, release. And I will just shortly continue here. I will let my cat out here. Wow, every day, honest? That's a lot. Wow. Just sit again. So I'm sorry, you were sitting, just continue with this movement, breathing in deeply. Rising up, getting longer, draw the belly a little bit in, and releasing down. Good. Breathing in again, raising the arms up, and breathing out, releasing. And from here, bring the arms to your thighs and your hands, place them on the thighs. Move the hands slowly forward, bring your shoulders forward and bring the shoulders upward, and then bring the shoulders back and down. And connect with your hands that move on your thighs. Feel how that feels. Did somebody just follow me? I can see it, I need to see it. What? Somebody hosted me? Okay, thank you, Anis. Thank you for the host. Good to know it's working. Super awesome. So, thank you so much. And move the hands forward and backward, up, down, forward, up, backward, down. With your shoulders. And we're doing today some more neck things, some more shoulder exercises, some more neck exercises. As Sustain asked for it yesterday, and I didn't have that many prepared, or that many in my mind right now to do. But now, found some more exercises to do, and we'll do them right after our usual warm-up here. That is really no sweat, as I said, no sweat yoga here. At this moment for 45 minutes. Release this movement, bring your arms together, hands together, interlace them, and start to make this unlimited 8 movement, going left and right. Turning the wrists here. Wrists, warm the wrists up here. See how you're moving it. Really be mindful about it. Does your right hand move more? Because I feel like, oh yeah, my right hand moves more, so maybe move the left hand a little bit more. Really be mindful here and turn, maybe move both hands kind of like the same way and turn in an 8. And also start moving your elbows. Also start moving your shoulders a little, get a little bit freaky, and release. Bring the palms together and warm the palms up. Awesome. Warmer. Make them warm. Then bring them 5 millimeters away from your eyes. Oh, I'm so excited now. Yeah, so excited. 5 millimeters away from the eyes. And feel the warmth. Feel the warmth of your hands. Breathing in deeply. And then let the hands sink down on your head. Connect with your head. And draw slowly down with the hands. Now, as said, this is kind of like, maybe a negative posture. Oh no, what have I done wrong? And your shoulders come maybe a little bit forward here. And you're kind of like bowed forward. So it's maybe a rather negative position that will affect you emotionally negative. So let's do something else. Bring your arms 45 degrees up, palms facing forward. Breathing in deeply. And coming into this victory position. Checking with how this is feeling. Hey PK, so good to see you guys. Awesome, I'm so happy. Wow. This morning I've got rated by 70 people. That was awesome. That was insane. I didn't really realize it, unfortunately, but I just wanted to tell you guys the story, so it was fun. So really, get bigger, get bigger. The intention is to breathe in deeply and feel and bring awareness to your body. Get longer out of the fingers. Good morning to you. Yeah, good morning. So for me it's already afternoon, but for you, I wish you a very good morning. And find more space to breathe here. Breathe in deeply into the belly, into the chest, and spread your fingers. Extend the fingers as far out as you can. And breathe in even deeper. One more time, as deep as you can. Feel really big. And release down. Awesome. Good. Release the hands down. And let's do just quickly some shoulders. So bring your palms, hands again to the sides. Palms going forward now. Forward. So turn them on one side. So palms are looking upward at the moment and we're kind of like forward bent. Sorry for not explaining this better. And then turn them the other side around. Bring the shoulders onto the back. Kind of like feeling the maximum there. How far can you turn them? And what does happen with your shoulders and how do you feel in this position? So much things going on. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. And change one more time. Good. Releasing down, shaking your hands. And again, bringing the fists in front of you. So kind of horizontal fists. And start moving the fists up and down. Warming them up a little. Just checking again in my notes there on the whiteboard. Then bring the hands straight and just thumb out, long out and thumb in. Thumb out, I show it like this, and in, thumb out, and in. In. Good, in and out. Go 3 more times here. 2, 3, good. Shake it a little. Shake it a little. Good. Extend again and circle the thumbs. In one side, one direction. Change the sides in the other direction. Awesome. Good. And release again. Bring the hands together. Now, as you would like, if you would like to do more yoga, everything, we start to really connect to this mounts of the fingers. And as an exercise, we can put the hands together. We push into these mounts of the fingers together. Push into the fingers and push really hard. Hard and release. Push hard and release. Really into the fingers, clawing the fingers just this little tiny bit. And release. Good. And if you're doing this correctly, you will see kind of like an opening between the fingers, between the hands. So if you're pushing in and you're looking through, you can look through the hands. It's complicated to explain it like over the internet. Otherwise you could go there and show it. So shake your hands a little. I hope you get it. Otherwise, we'll find out. If you try again and again, you'll find out. Shake your hands, wrists, good. And from here, we're doing some more warm up with our neck here today. Just looking to the right side here. Releasing the shoulders down as good as you can. Just staying here for 2 breaths, breathing in deeply. Releasing. Deeply in. Releasing. Changing the side slowly. Really feeling the calmness in this world that is full with trouble at the moment. With energy. Coming to your body and feel a little bit calm. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Just focusing on your breath, on your body. Changing the sides again, looking over the right shoulder one more time. 3 breaths, deep in, belly, chest. Changing the sides again. Good. Breathing deeply in, belly, chest. And releasing, coming back to the middle. Wow, your son is awesome. Hi, that's so good. So bring your right. So I'm Marcel. Hello, hello, dear son of PK. And up here, that's Shawn. That's my little plush dragon, or your little plush dragon. He's sending you energy, motivation, and entertainment. And yeah, we're teaching together yoga. So nice to meet you. So bring your right ear to the right shoulder, releasing the shoulders down. So we're currently warming up our neck here, breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. And slowly let the neck fall forward and changing the sides to the left side, left ear to left shoulder, breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Breathing one more time deeply in. And releasing forward, changing the sides. Again, right here to right shoulder. Any variant will do. You can grab around with your hand. Just really mindfully, not pulling down. Just put your hand there and not pulling down. And you can push here a little bit down with your shoulders, releasing the shoulder on the right side. It's a lot. And really not pulling down, just putting softly the arm there, the hand there, and releasing. Forward and down, breathing out, changing to the left side. Left ear to left shoulder. You can just stay here as well, this also works. Otherwise, if you like to go a little bit deeper, you can grab around with the left hand, bring it up, and grab on, kind of like to your ear. And release the shoulder again and just pull this little weight, give her a little weight there. And pull down with your right shoulder. Just a little tiny bit. Until you find a stretch and then release again. Good job. So, from here we're going to arc up and down, sitting. So anytime you feel uncomfortable while sitting, please change your sit. You're welcome to change your sit. You can sit up on some blocks, on some books works, or on a sitting pillow also works. Now rounding up, arcing up slowly. So arcing up from the lower spine slowly, looking up. And rounding down from the top of the head down. Breathing out, breathing in, arcing up from the lower spine up. Rounding down from the top of the head down. Arcing up from the lower spine up. So yeah, I saw you guys playing out on the tennis field. That was awesome, and doing parkour stuff over the what is it called? Bank? I'm not sure. Over the thing that you sit on on bank. Is it called bank? I'm not sure. In German, it's called Bank. So, yeah, not really sure. Rounding down from the top of the head down. And arcing up from the lower spine up. One more time, down and up. And coming to neutral again. And arcing up. Good. And let's come do some other exercises today. So we're coming today into bench. Yes, bench. It's called bench. Where you are doing parkour over the bench. Let's come into all fours today. And just bring your shoulders over the wrists and hips over the knees. And then you can start moving any kind of way you want. Get a little bit freaky. Move back, move forward, move wherever you like. Move whatever your body feels like right now, where your body feels like a little bit stuck, or where your body feels, oh yeah, I want to go there. What's there? What's going on there? Oh, that feels so good. Let's go there. Go back and forward. You can completely come forward. Can completely go backward. Thank you, Anis, for telling me bench. So, bending the elbows here, forward. Good. Moving the shoulders. Good. Awesome. So from here, we're going a little bit more forward with the right hand, and we're extending the left hand up into the sky. Left hand up into the sky, finding this opening here. Breathing in deeply and threading the needle down below. And from here, you can just release down your head, release the head down, and pushing your hips kind of like straightish back. So your hips move into the right side, I think. Yeah, on the right side, and you can push it a little bit back to the middle here. Keeping the knees where they are. Breathing in deeply. This is great for the neck, great for the shoulders. Breathing in deeply. Work with your breath. If you're stretching, always work with your breath. Deeply into the belly, into the chest. And press into your hand, come back up. Changing the sides. I'm just turning around so I can see you. And again, bring your arm up again. Make sure you're in good alignment, shoulder over the, hands a little bit forward again. Hips over the knees, and extend your hands up. Breathing in deeply and come down, threading the needle. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Try to keep your hips at the same point where they were right now. So not letting them shift into one side completely, into the left side, but bringing them back into the middle. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Work with your breath here. Belly, chest. And then pushing again into your hand. Coming back up. Awesome job. Here we want to go now slowly into the first downward facing dog. I'll explain it quickly. So pushing again into your mounts of the fingers. And we want to root our fingers down with the mounts of the fingers first. And then release the fingers slowly down. Index fingers pointing forward, clawing the fingertips a little. If you don't get everything at this moment, don't worry. You will learn with time. But pushing into the index finger mounts, that is the most important thing. Then lift your hips slowly up into the sky. Pushing, pressing the feet into the floor on the toes. Hips up into the sky, get longer. And from here, breathe in into the heart, get longer to the fingers. And then breathe in from the heart to the hips. Get longer. And you can bend the knees here so that you have more space in the lower back. And a little bit more space in the lower back, and can lift your hips even more up. Engage your hands. Don't fall through here through the elbows, through the shoulders completely, but engage the shoulders, engage the chest a little bit, pressing into the mounts of the fingers. Awesome job. Slowly release quickly, placing the knees a little bit to the side of the mat, bringing the big toes together, sitting back on the heels, and slowly reaching forward, coming into a child's pose. Child's pose, releasing the head down, breathing in deeply. Into the belly, into the chest. Yeah, you guys made great effort over the bench. How you jumped over that. That was really fun to watch. Unfortunately, I didn't have a bench with me right there, otherwise I would have joined in as well. But, yeah. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Good. Shifting yourself back up. Now what we want to do is bring the elbows to the floor. Elbows to the floor. Fingers are pointing forward. Forward. Elbows are under the shoulders. And then we want to step up here again. Now this really engage your shoulders again, not falling through completely. Engage the shoulders a little. Release the neck here. Strengthening your shoulders, strengthening your neck here a little. Bend the knees, and this is called dolphin. You can step a little bit in if you like. Hips again to the sky. So this is just a variant of downward facing dog, and it's called dolphin. So that's funny. From a dog to a dolphin. Breathing in deeply one more time. Deep into the belly, into the chest. And releasing. We're still working on our neck here. So, good. And slowly from here, make your way up into a standing position. And from here on to jump, jump, jump. Just jumping. Most underrated exercise again. Releasing all the muscles that are not used here. So, shoulders are released, neck is released, shoulders are... Yeah, I said shoulders already. Fingers are released, arms are released. Good job. And you can just jump out of the knees if you like. You can jump out of the feet, lifting off the floor if you like. Just do what feels good to you right now. Breathing in deeply. And if it starts hurting you in anywhere in the body, you're welcome to just stop and be mindful about it. Just stand straight if you like. Always listen to your body. If anything starts hurting you, just stop. And done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Come back to your body. Come back to your body. Come to the front of the mat slowly. Check in with how your body feels right now. If you want to shake anything, just shake it. Check in with your body. Breathe in deeply. And then slowly folding forward. So slowly coming down, mindfully folding forward. And now we can really release our neck here and hold on our neck just a little bit. Just giving the weight of our hands to our neck, to our back head, if you want so. And breathe in deeply. Release all the weight down. Good job. Now bring the hands up and interlace them and draw them a little bit forward so your shoulders are on the back. Shoulder blades are on the back. Breathing in deeply. Releasing the head completely so the neck is relaxed, head is relaxed. And slowly release, come back really mindfully, bend your knees, come again to a standing position and lift yourself with a straight back up again, extend your hands into the sky. Breathe in deeply and bring your hands in front of the heart together. Close your eyes just for a moment, feel how your body feels. Good. Wow, we're already really far in. Now, slowly sitting down, slowly coming on your back, laying back on your back. And from here, bring the right leg up, grab on below the knee, draw in a lot, extending the foot up into the sky, extending the toes up into the sky, then drawing the toes down, drawing the foot down, drawing the toes up, toes down, foot down, toes up, foot down, toes down, foot down, toes up, toes down, foot down, toes up, foot up, toes down, foot down. One more time. Right. And bring the leg a little bit closer, release the shoulders. Awesome, release slowly down. Good. Bring the other leg up. Touch below the knee. Point up, point the feet up, point the toes up, then draw the toes down, draw the foot down. Toes up, toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up, toes down, foot down. Toes up, foot up. Toes down, foot down. Draw in a little bit more. Shoulders on the mat. And release also to the floor. Bring the legs close to your bum. Bring the elbows up, fingers pointing up into the sky, and slowly come up with your bum, lower back up, upper back up. Shift your shoulders a little bit onto the back, looking completely up into the sky and interlacing your hands behind, keeping the knees together and breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Awesome. Again, deeply into the belly, into the chest. And slowly release, come down, vertebra by vertebra going down. Awesome. Extending the legs. Getting long, extending the arms, getting longer in the right side. Right arm longer, right hand, leg longer. Left arm longer, left leg longer. And changing around, right, left, right, left, right, left. Awesome. Getting the juices flowing here. Awesome. Yeah. Whew. And releasing. Coming back up again, moving to a wall, bringing your hips to the wall, putting the legs up onto the wall. Whoop, 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 whoop. So hips to the wall, legs up onto the wall. And then if you like to go a little bit deeper, bring the elbows next to your body, fingers pointing up into the sky. If at any point this starts hurting you, please just come out of it. If you like to go deeper, shift your hips up, grab onto your hips, extend, relax. And honest, really, if you don't want to go here, or if you still have neck pain, don't go up here, just keep down. You'll stay in variant 1 and breathe in deeply. It's good to first recover completely from the neck pain before doing like things that could provide more neck pain. So just be in this variant 1 if you like. Breathe in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Always feel what feels good to your body right now, what it needs right now. Make this yoga lesson your own. Breathe in deeply to the belly, into the chest. And then slowly, stepping down from the wall, releasing vertebra by vertebra to the floor, and come back to a sitting position. So coming back to a sitting position on your books or on a pillow. Bring the knees forward, legs behind, or just cross-legged, anything that feels good to you right now. And we're doing square breathing here. So square breathing is easy. Just take 2 deep breaths in. Anytime it would become suffocating, this breathing that I will explain in just a moment. And then you're welcome to release it and just come back to a normal deep breath. So I need to take all the deep breath in. So breathe in deeply one more time, belly into the chest. And release. And let's begin here. Breathing in deeply. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in again. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Holding the breath. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in again and continue on your own. And yeah, just feel what's happening in your body when you start breathing like this. Just focus on this breathing for about 4 minutes, and then I will get you to Shavasana and when we finish. Next time you breathe in, release this breathing and come back to your natural breathing. Just release this breathing and come back to your natural breathing. Then put your sitting pillow or the books away, lie down in Shavasana. So Shavasana is laying on your back, feet are extended, Toes are facing away from each other. Arms are lying next to your body, palms are facing into the sky. And from there, lie back, release the head, close the eyes, and just be for around 4 minutes. Just be. Just be. I will get you back in around 4 minutes. Start to deepen your breath. Start to move your fingers, your toes. And when you're ready, draw the knees towards your body back. Back in, come back to your body. Come back to your body. Then shift yourself to either the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body. Make this position comfortable for yourself. Releasing all the muscles in the shoulders, in the neck, the tongue, in the arms, in the elbows, in the fingers, in the wrists, in the chest, in the belly, in the hips, in the legs, in the knees, in the toes, and the ankles. Releasing all the muscles of your next out breath. Breath out. And breathing in again, finding this gravity, finding this feeling of feeling carried by the gravity of the earth. Release. One more breath in. With your next breath in, shift yourself back up into a final sitting position. Coming back up, just a short sitting position. Close your eyes here. Give yourself a big hug. And I'll invite you today to do something that is really, really strong. So, I'll invite you to say, I love you, and then your name. So for me it would be, I love you, Marcel. So let's do this all together. So I count down, 3, 2, 1, and I love you, Marcel. Your name. So your name, not Marcel. If you did it wrong, then say, please, I love you and your name right now. I'm sorry. That would be, I hope you did it right. Or otherwise, just do it again. I love you, Marcel. Good. Release. Open the eyes. And thank you so much for practicing with me today. Thank you so much for being here. And right after this lesson, there will be now a sweaty lesson. If you like to join, feel free to do so. If you had enough for today or need to do something else, then I hope to see you very soon again. If you like to do some other yoga with me outside of the schedule, outside of the live stream, then check out my YouTube, subscribe and hit the bell there, join my Discord, say hello there. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'm really glad to help you guys out with anything. See you soon, Anis. Yeah, well, I will check your stream later maybe. And yeah, see you very soon. So if you like to go further, then come back to your sitting position. And now it's time for exiting or for entering for other people. So if anybody else is joining, I'm Marcel. I'm here, I'm teaching yoga every day in 2020. Yeah, so glad to have had you, PK. You need to tell me your name once, so I don't need to call you PK all the time. You're getting shot with darts now. Okay, have a wonderful day and hope to see you very soon. I will check your stream out again if you're on. So now let's come to the next session. Again, I'm Marcel. I'm here for the instructions. This up here is Shawn. Shawn is here for entertainment, energy, and motivation. I'm here just for instructions. So yeah. If you need some energy, look at him. Don't look at me, look at him. So now we're coming to a little bit a more sweaty session. We're going towards warming up our handstand and going into a handstand, almost a full handstand, but not really. So you decide how far you can go, and I give you the options where you go, where you want to go. At any time, if it's too much for you, tell me. I can change the lesson directly up. If you might want to have some questions, ask them. I'm really happy to help you out with anything that comes to mind. So, bring your arms up again, finding a deep breath. Getting ready for this sweaty yoga lesson. Releasing down. Breathing in again. Hands up into the sky. Getting some more movement going right now. Breathing in deeply. Come to the floor, sit on the floor right now, just for a moment. And again, breathe in deeply. Longer, longer, longer. And release. Good. Let's come into all fours, just quickly. And let's move up and down, cat-cow here. Ooh, I need to stretch my legs quickly. Can do that, arcing up. And from the lower spot, from the upper head down and arcing up again, vertebra by vertebra up. From the top of the spine down, from the head down, and arcing up. And down. Just warming up a little. Now straighten the right leg. I just need to stretch here right now. I've been sitting for a while. And straighten the left leg. And again the right. Just put them on the toes and push a little bit back. And left again. Good. And from here, let's straighten the right side again and stretch our right side. Right body as far as you can. Draw the belly in and up. Place the foot behind. And changing the side. Stretch the other side. Just warming up here a little. Place the hands a little bit forward. The mounts of the finger press into the floor and shift yourself back to downward facing dog. Walk a little. Just bend your knees maybe. Push into the fingers. Get really strong in the chest, in the belly. Bend your knees a little if you can't reach with the heels to the floor. Bend the knees a little. Push your hips further up into the sky. Engage shoulders. Get longer from the heart to the fingers. And then longer from the heart to the hips. And release down quickly. Coming to all fours again. And from here, just sit back just for this little moment. So I forgot some little thing, and I'll just tell you right now. So we want to find an intention for this lesson. If you just joined in, finding an intention, close your eyes, or reconnecting with this intention that you had in the first yoga lesson right now. For what you want to do, eine Absicht in German, and an intention for the yoga class of that pulls you kind of there. So you think of something and it pulls you there, and you can remember again and again what you wanted. So maybe it's like more strength in the arms, more awareness in the shoulders, more awareness in the neck, and think of that. And as soon as something popped up in your mind, know that it's the right thing for you today. Good. Release this intention again, coming back to it when you need it. Pressing into the floor with the mounts of the fingers, and again going back to downward facing dog. Now shifting the right leg up into the sky. Then breathing out, bringing to the chest, and then up again to the right upper arm, to the up again. To the left upper arm. Up again. And let's go a little bit funky. Let's go to the right. And then let's go to the left and to the right again. And back. And let's go to the left and to the right and to the left. And up again. And place the foot down. Extend the left foot up. And bring it in to the chest. And back up. Breathing in. Pressing into the floor with the mounts of the fingers. Claw the fingertips. Then breathing out. Pulling into the left upper arm. Extend again. to the right upper arm, extend again, to the left, and then let's go to the right and to the left again and back. And let's breathe in deeply, go to the right upper arm, to the left upper arm, and to the right again, and push back. Awesome. Place the foot down and bend your knees a little. More. Shift your hips as far back as you can. Push into the fingers, push into the mounts of the fingers, and slowly come down. Place the knees a little bit to the side, big toes together. Sit back on your heels and reach forward with your hands. Releasing the head down. Breathing in deeply. The belly into the chest. And from here, shift yourself back up again. Placing your hands again forward and coming back into downward facing dog. So shifting your hips up into the sky, placing the toes on the floor, hips up into the sky, looking forward, breathing in deeply, slowly stepping or jumping forward, and releasing hips over the heels. So a lot of weight will be over the toes here, breathing in deeply, bring the hands up into the sky, on the hips, elbows into the sky, brain a little bit more, and stand up with a straight back. Extend your hands, breathing in deeply. Release the hands down. Good. Let's do my favorite exercise quickly. So the exercise that I love to show it to you guys because it's super awesome. Keeping the knees where they are, drawing the belly in and up, and slowly turning to the left and to the right. Oh, yeah, my microphone is in the way. Your hands are wet towels. No muscles are engaged here. Keeping the knees where they are. Warm the belly, turn left and right. And this gives a lot of juice into the shoulders, a lot of juice into the lower spine, the upper spine as well, the whole spine. And you can either look left and right here, or you can just look straight to the front. Really keeping the knees where they are, turning left and right with the belly. And then releasing completely. Breathing in deeply, belly into the chest. Good. I need to release this here. And then let's come forward to the front of the mat and just warm ourselves a little bit more up with some sun salutations. So breathe in deeply. Get long. Breathing out. Bending forward. Bend your knees maybe a little bit. Breathing in, lifting halfway. Check your lower spine. Also, breathe out. Place your hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. Breathing in deeply. Shift your hips into the sky. Coming forward. Either knees down or knees up. Coming forward and down. 90 degrees with the elbows. Release the hips down. Placing the feet into the floor. Release the body down and maybe come a little bit more up. Think forward and up here. Pushing the feet into the floor. Pushing the knees into the floor. Draw the belly in and up. And think forward and up. And maybe just stay really low. Head is an extension of the spine. Release. Shift yourself back to downward facing dog. Walk a little. Breathing in deeply. Look forward to your fingers and slowly step or jump forward, releasing the body forward completely. And keeping the hips over the heels so that a lot of weight will be over the toes. Breathing deeply, release the head as much as you can down. And then bend the knees, bring the hands to the hips, elbows pointing upward and come more up. Extend the hands into the sky, draw the belly in and up, slide back and forward fold, breathing out. Breathing in, lift halfway. Breathing out, forward fold, place your hands on the mat, stepping back. Awesome. Breathing in deeply. Bend your knees and come forward, either knees up or knees down, and breathing out 90 degrees down with the elbows, releasing the hips down, releasing the body down, pressing the feet and knees into the floor, drawing the belly in and up, and think forward and up. Elbows are looking back to your feet. Breathing in deeply and shift yourself back to downward facing dog. Awesome. Let's go one more time. Looking forward to the fingers, slowly stepping or jumping forward. Releasing forward, breathing in deeply. Bring the hands up, elbows upward. And stand up with a straight back. Let's go a little bit faster. Belly in and up, slight back bend. Last time, forward fold. Lift halfway. Breathing in, breathing out. Forward fold, stepping back. For downward facing dog, breathing in deeply. Coming forward and down as you're breathing out, 90 degrees of the elbows, releasing the hips down, placing your feet into the floor. My microphone is in the way. Coming forward and up. And maybe go a little bit deeper, elbows still facing to the back of your legs, to the legs, into downward facing dog, breathing in deeply. Looking forward to the fingers, slowly stepping forward as you're breathing out. And breathing in, slowly coming up. Breathing out, extending, drawing the belly in and up. Slide back bend, bring the hands in front of your heart together. Awesome. Feel a little bit of warmth right now in your body. And from here, we're just going down again. Just going down again. Bring the hands up into the sky. And forward fold. Raise up halfway quickly. Check with your lower spine. How does it feel right now? Breathing out. Placing the hands on the mat. Stepping back. Downward facing dog. And from here, let your knees down. Bring your hands a little bit closer. And we're doing now wrist push-ups, warming up our lower arms. So wrist push-ups goes as follow. We push up through the mounts of the fingers. And you can make it harder if you go further away. You can make it easier if you go closer. If you do it the first time, you go into the middle or close, and you shift the weight over the hands. Then push up through the mounts of the fingers, not lifting from the hips, so not like this, but giving the weight to the hands and pushing up. Let's go. And mindfully giving the weight to the fingers, to the wrist. Breathing in deeply. 5 more times. Good. Release. Sit back on your heels. Shake your hands a little. It should start to get really warm in the lower arm here. And go again. Really shift the weight there. Push up through the wrists. Push into the index finger mount, into the mounts of the fingers, and push up. Release the weight there, not drawing up with the hips. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake your wrists. Shake your hands. Awesome. And now make blinkers. Me, 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 me. Hello. Blinkers with the fingers. And shake the hands one more time. Good. Now place the hands again into downward facing dog position. Root the fingers, claw the fingers a little. Fingers are wide away from each other. And then walk a little in downward facing dog. And from here, you're bending down with the knees and we start to jump just a little bit. And now the interesting thing is, if you start pushing into the floor with the mounts of the fingers, it pushes you down. It pushes you really hard down on the floor. So try this. Jump the same thing as before and push down through with the muscles we just used. We just activated. So pushing down into the floor with the mounts of the fingers, and it pushes you completely down. And then you can try to go higher and engaging these muscles or pushing more and see where you can go. You can try to go from downward facing dog, so keeping the spine straight as you're jumping, and see where you can go. And then release, bring the knees to the side, big toes together, sit back on your heels, extend forward, release, breathing deeply. Shifting up again, hands forward again, rooting down really a lot through the mounts of the fingers. And then just jumping, seeing where you can go, pushing down into the fingers. And also really small is really good. Also, maybe go really fast. What happens if you go really fast? Yay. Awesome, good. Come back into downward facing dog. Looking forward to the fingers. Either stepping or jumping forward. And releasing the body forward. Breathing in deeply. Keeping the hips over the heels. So maybe a lot of weight will be over the toes. Holding your elbows with the hands. Shifting left and right. Yay. And then breathe in deeply. Bring your hands to the hips, elbows pointing upward, come more into your knees. Stand up with a straight back, extend your hands into the sky. Awesome. Belly in and up, extend your hands up. And release the arms down. Good. And from here, we slowly warm up a little bit more. So we're going down again, and we're going down in sun salutation first. We're going just down, so forward fold, breathing out, breathing in, lift halfway, make your lower spine straight, breathing out, placing the hands on the mat, stepping back, shifting your hips into the sky. And from here, we bring our hands slowly back. Slowly back to our feet. Then bring the hands like 1 foot away from the feet. Place them really firm onto the ground. Push into the ground with the mounts of the fingers. Release the head. Push into the ground and lift your hips. Lift your toes off the ground. And push into the ground more. Give all weight to the hands and lift the toes off the ground. And let's go forward like this. Weep. Weep. Good. And from the front, we want to go a little bit back. So a little bit of distance between the feet and the hands. Shift all the way to the hands again and lift your feet a little bit. Awesome. Work your breath here. And slowly go forward again with your hands. Coming to plank position. And from plank position, we go down 3 times, chaturanga. Holding chaturanga. Breathing in. Pushing up. Breathing in again. Down. 90 degrees with the elbows. Pushing up. You can also bring your knees down here if you like. Breathing in deeply. And down 90 degrees with the elbows. And up again. Good. Now let's go down 90 degrees and release the hips down. Lie forward. Press your feet into the floor. Press the knees into the floor and think forward and up. And shift yourself back to downward facing dog. Looking forward to the hands as you're breathing out, stepping or jumping forward. Forward fold here, breathing in deeply. Raise yourself up with a straight spine, extend your hands into the sky. Belly in and up, and bring the hands in front of your heart together. How does your body feel? Good. Release the arms. And let's go one more time. Let's do some other things in the end. Bring the hands up into the sky. Forward fold. Halfway lift, breathing in. Check with your lower spine. Breathing out. Place your hands on the floor. Root the mounts of the fingers into the ground. Stepping back. And now, slowly walking to your feet. You know what's coming. We're going one more time here. So bring the hands foot width distance away from your feet, pressing into the mounts of the fingers, shifting all the weight there and lifting your feet. And again, or lifting the toes off the ground, shifting all the way to the hands, pressing into them, ground. Yeah, awesome. Good. When you're at the front of the mat, have some distance between the feet and the hands. Shift all the weight to your hands. You can also bend the knees here if you like. Just a little. And oop. Give all the weight to your hands. Press into the mounts of the fingers. And then lift your feet a little bit up. Ooh. Work with your breath here. And when you're at the back, walk forward again with your hands. Coming into plank position. Bring your feet together. Shift to the left side. Come into plank position. If you fall out of it, laugh about it. Whenever you fall out of a position, laugh about it. Unless you hurt yourself. That wouldn't be funny. Shift your hips into the sky. Draw the belly in and up. This is variant 1. If you like to stay here, you can stay here. Otherwise, stack the feet. Variant 2. Variant 3, extend the right leg up. Left hand next to your ear. Draw the belly in and up. Variant 4 is bring the foot to the thigh. Hips up. Belly in and up. Good. And release. And change the sides. Your own time. I'm turning your back towards you, not good, but they hips up, variant 1, stagger the feet, variant 2, variant 3, upper leg up, choose each variant, whatever variant you want, variant 4, bring the leg on the thigh, shift the hips up, draw the belly in and up. Woo, whenever you fall out of it, or almost all out of it, laugh about it. Woo, that was close. And walk a little here. Get longer from the heart to the fingers. Shift your hips up into the sky, bend your knees maybe a little. And slowly step or jump upward. Forward fold here, bend your knees. Breathing in deeply, First stand up, straight back. Stand your hands into the sky. And release. Good job. Now bring the legs mat width, not mat width distance, to the short side of the mat. The toes are facing forward. Toes are kind of like pointing forward. So the second toe of the big toe is pointing kind of forward. Make sure your feet are under the wrists approximately. Check that. And then from there, smile and slowly draw the knees in up, shift the thighs inward and back. So turn it inward and back. And fold forward. Check with one hand how low you can go. As soon as there are vertebrae sticking out in your lower spine, then you shouldn't go further. That's the way where you want to practice. And you can take your arms here and press a little bit in and around, so you know what kind of movement you want to do with your thighs. Drawing the knees really in and up, pushing into the outside of the feet. And from there, round down, come down completely. Release the head down completely, release the neck. And then let's go to the left side. Say hello to your toes. What's up, little pinky toe? What's up? You toe, what's up? Middle toe, what's up? Index toe, what's up? Big toe. Breathing in deeply. Then come back to the middle and change the side. Say also hello to the other toes. Where have you been? We have been waiting for you. We have been at the other toes. We have been greeting the other toes. What? Why don't you come here first? Okay, I'm just kidding. Then come back to the middle. Release forward. Bring all the weight to the hands. Push into the fingers. Push into the mounts of the fingers. And jump up into the middle. Jump out again. Jump up and out and up and out and up. Do it in your own time. See how it works. And let's go 5 here. Go 5 in your own rhythm. So shift the weight to your hands. All the weight, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. And when you have done 5, slowly shift yourself back up and come up again. Slowly step your legs together. Awesome job. There's one more thing left to do before we going into a handstand exercise, a real handstand exercise. Wow, you're really advanced in time already. So you can stay standing. I'll show it on my knees so it's more clear what to do with the hands. Bring your hands up into the sky, draw the fingers down, push out of the wrists. Why did I put my clock on right now? It's not important. Sorry. Push down on the fingers, draw the fingers down towards your body. Push out of the wrists. And push out of the shoulder sockets here. Wrist pushing out, drawing the fingers down. And release. Slowly shake your hands. Shake your wrists. Awesome. Awesome job. Then extend your hands in front of you. Draw the fingers back towards you. Push out of the wrists. Breathing in deeply into the belly, into the chest. Drawing the fingers back towards your body. Pushing out of the wrists. Breathing in deeply. Out of the shoulders. Push out of the shoulders. Good. And releasing as well. Shake your wrists. Awesome job so far. And then today I will offer 3 variants. I will show each variant quickly. All the variants will be on the wall. So either variant 1, the easiest. Bring the hands to the wall. Shift your hips over the heels. And be here. This is variant 1, pushing the index fingers really into the ground. Variant 2 is bringing the hips to the wall, extending the feet, and checking where the foot lands, or the heel lands, and putting your wrists there, kind of. So finding a good position there, and then stepping up on the wall. Good. It's variant 2. Breathing in deeply, pushing into the floor with the index finger mounts, really good. And variant 3 is coming into handstand so that feet are close to the wall. And then push into the floor and step slowly up and walk in. Walking in. This is variant 3. This is the hardest one. Pushing into the floor, always, always, always. See where you can go. My mat is completely shitty placed right now. Really bad. And then come down again. And yeah. Pushing into the index finger mount is the most important here. And you don't want to fall either left or right, like really falling down with one hand and then pushing, giving all the weight to the hand, also really bad. So choose your thing right now, what you want to do, and just do that variant or what you want to try. I'm going with variant 2 right now. So either variant 1 is hands on the wall, variant 2 is feet, hips to the wall, extend the feet, check where the foot lands, place the hands there, walk up on the wall or place the feet on the wall. Then variant 3 is plank position, feet close to the wall, walk up and walk up with your hands, walk up with your feet until you're really close to the wall with your chest. Make sure you have like one ground when you walk up, otherwise it could be really distracting. So let's go one more time. Do this in your own rhythm. Check with how much you can do right now and do either a little bit more or a little bit less. I'm going for variant 2 one more time. Really placing my feet good, rooting my fingers down, stepping on the door. It's a door, it's not really a wall, but it's also a door. So it's a wall and the door at the same point. Or I use it as a wall, but it's actually a door. What? Really pressing into the floor, index finger mount, pressing into the floor, draw the belly in and up. And slowly come down. Good job. Shake your wrists. Let's do one more thing. Come back into standing. Just one cycle here before we end it. So if you're just joining in, you can just join in this movement. We're going into a sitting position. Bring your arms into the sky, sitting back. Knees over the heels. Knees stay over the heels. And then we come into Y position. Y position is we make a Y with the hands. Bring the shoulders on the back. Draw the belly in and up. Then we come into T position. Arms are facing outward, keeping the knees over the heels as good as you can. Maybe the toes are lifting a little bit off the floor. Draw the belly in and up. Awesome job. Bring the shoulders onto the back. Then we come into W position. Bring the shoulders onto the back. Draw a little bit down. Really onto the back. Hand is pulling like upward. Hands are pulling upward. Then from W, we go into A position. Hands are going to the back. Knees over the heels still. See if you can go deeper or where you can go. And then release, come back up, breathing in deeply. And that's about it. Let's come to our back. We lay down on your back. We slowly go towards Shavasana. Lay back down on your back. Bring your hands between the legs and grab on the toes, big toes, or on the outside of your legs, on your feet. And then let's go to a happy baby pose, shifting yourself a little bit to the left, to the right, extending maybe one foot. I'm holding on to the toes because I'm not as flexible, so it's easier for me. Whew. Shifting left and right, giving your back a massage here. If you want to do any other pose, maybe, no, I forgot the name. Maybe windshield wipers, then do so. Otherwise, extend your legs. Toes are facing away from each other, arms are laying next to the body, palms are facing upwards into the sky. Come into Shavasana. Pose is called Shavasana. Close your eyes and just be. Close your eyes and just be for about 3 minutes. I will get you back to your body in about 3 minutes. You can just be. Just be. Deepening your breath. Start to move your fingers, start to move your toes. And when you're ready, Bring your knees up to your body. Come back to your body and shift yourself to either the left or the right side, coming to lie down on your side body, releasing all the muscles here, finding a comfortable position for yourself, checking in with all the parts of the body, of the shoulders, the neck, the tongue, the head. Release the muscles. Checking with your arms, the elbows, the wrists, the fingers. Release the muscles. With your chest, the belly, the hips, the legs, the knees, the toes, the ankles. Release the muscles. And when you're ready, breathe in deeply. Feel grounded. Feel the connection to the earth. Releasing the breath. Breathing in one more time. Lifting yourself up. Coming back to a final sitting position. Bring the arms in front of the heart together. Honoring your, we need to sit up first, so breathing in deeply, coming to a final sit up, final sit again. What did I do right now? That was funny. Sorry. Breathing in deeply, lifting yourself up, coming to a final sitting position. Bring your hands, closing your eyes, keep your eyes closed if possible. Bring your hands in front of the heart together. Breathing in deeply, just laugh with me. So, I hope it's not that disturbing. Honoring your intention of this yoga practice, of your own yoga practice. So, if you had an intention for this class, breathing in deeply. Releasing the arms down, opening the eyes, and welcome back. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you're watching this on a streaming platform, please give me a follow if you liked it. If you would like to try it out again, I'm on every day, twice a day at the moment. For the whole 2020, I will be streaming each day. If you want to get your body a little bit moving, just join in and do some yoga with me. Otherwise, if it's out of your timing schedule, check me out on YouTube. All the live streaming sessions will be uploaded. Not all the live streaming sessions, but the good ones will be uploaded. So check them out and check a video out that will help you in this very moment. So with that said, join my Discord, talk to me directly if you have any suggestions of what you would like to see in the lessons. Other than that, I wish you a wonderful day, and I hope to see you very, very soon, wherever you are in this world. And release. Awesome. And from here, we're closing it for today. And yeah. Oof. Wait. How did that happen? I didn't hear it. I'm so sorry. So 2 people followed me and I didn't hear any of it. So yeah, I'm just sending them a message. Thanks for following, I didn't hear it, sorry. So